Witnesses around the world report seeing monsters. Are they real or imaginary? Science searches for answers on Monster Quest.
The Monster Quest team is focusing on Mammoth Mountain in the Sierra Nevadas. Witnesses claim to see a beast 5 to 7 feet tall and weighing up to 700 pounds. With us now is a man who's seen the beast firsthand.
I was walking through the woods just like I do every day. Since I was 4, I've walked through the woods to get a donut at the local bakery and walked back through the woods. But this day was different. Everything seemed normal, but it was far from normal. It was not normal. It was crazy. Crazy like a bug. And I was walking, and I thought, this seems like a nice day. And then somebody frickin' threw a pine cone at my head. And it missed me by about 3 feet. And I walked over and yelled, "Who are you? You better get down or I'm gonna get you." I told to give that person who threw a pine cone a little whooping. But it was not a person who threw back. It was the Sierra Sasquatch. And I looked it straight in its beady red eyes, and I ran for my life. I ran like a bejesus. Just made it into my house before the beast came clawing up the door. And I just missed getting killed by the Sierra Sasquatch. Before that day, I was not a believer. Since that day, I've done everything in my power to use and hunt down and kill every last Sasquatch.
Bobo Joe, a world-renowned Sasquatch hunter, joins us for the search.
My name's Bobo Joe, and today we're going to be hunting some Sasquatch. We're trying to get some real proof, because most people don't believe. They think, oh yeah, they're just stupid idiots dressed up in costumes. But today, I'm just certain we're going to find the Sasquatch himself. So, here we're walking up to our prime zone. You can see that it's rugged terrain. It's kind of slippery here. And this is what the Sasquatch like. They especially love eating these pines. See these needles right here? And then they just love it. And as you can see here, right here, it's probably a Sasquatch footprint. We're not totally sure because we haven't seen many, but see, you can kind of make out the toes there. Comes back like that. So most likely a baby Sasquatch. As you can see here, I'm holding a giant pine cone found in these mountains in the Sierra Nevada. The Sasquatch, as I said, love these pine needles, but also love to eat the pine cone. They take it, and then they just kind of rip it off like this, and then just eat it. That's basically what the Sasquatch eats, besides every so often if we can catch a deer, rabbit, bird, whatever else. So, let's continue our journey for the Sasquatch. So, as we continue our search, we are looking for the northern brown Sasquatch. It has a dark brown coat, averages from about 8 feet tall-ish, sometimes 7. As you can see, we've just reached the Sasquatch nesting grounds. This is probably an old one. They make better ones, and this is old and ruined from snowstorms. So, as you can see, there's a couple pine cones in there and pine needles from where the Sasquatch ate. And let's continue our search. So as you can see here, this tree totally stripped of its branches on this half. No human would ever do that. If it was a human, they would have just cut the tree, clear cut it, and it'd be gone. So if it's not a human, nothing else could have the power to do that, so it must have been a Sasquatch. And actually, you can see these imprints of where these dead pine needles have been strewn away. It means probably the Sasquatch is walking up like this, dropping its pine cones, and then it just continued walking over here, where there's even more pine cones. As you can see, there's tons of pine cones, absolutely tons. I'd estimate maybe 25 or 30 pine cones here. As you can see, this path is kind of strewn of bushes. It's all the way down there and this way. It's probably a main Sasquatch migrating path, or just a path that one way or the other direction leads to a migrating home and nesting spot.
If they're not finding anything on day 1, the Monster Quest team goes out on day 2 of the search.
After not finding anything on day 1, we go back out on day 2 of the search.
Although Sasquatch hasn't been sighted in the past 3 weeks, Bobo Jones' team are certain that they will find him today.
As you can see here, I'm standing in a main Sasquatch migrating path, and if you look back there, that was one of their homes, and it's just maybe 20 feet from the migrating path, so it's really convenient. And I bet you, maybe over there's another one, just right across from this migrating path. As you can see, these bushes that are along the path, Sasquatch love to use them as bedding and flooring in their homes, so right along the migrating path is a great place. As you can see right here, there's probably an old Sasquatch nest right along the migrating path, as I said. And so yeah, we're just gonna probably continue down the path until we find the actual Sasquatch. As you can see, the apartment complexes behind me were built here, and the Sasquatch just basically got their entire home ruined. So they don't like that, and so they've been breaking into homes and stealing food that they love. And according to my stats, it's not bad for them. They love that kind of food. So humans have really just ruined the Sasquatch habitat, basically. And who knows, before we know it next year, this whole place could be apartments. So as we continue our search up the mountain, we've come to a little area where these branches are made into what looks kind of, actually probably is a shelter for a Sasquatch. If you look in here, because you can see pine cones, many pine cones, like there. That's why a good 20 pine cones just there. I don't know how many pine cones are here, but there's a lot. And then all these pine branches. See, if they run out of pine cones, they still have all these, plus any wildlife they want to eat. So this definitely is a Sasquatch nesting spot. As you can see, when we come over here, there's a huge apartment complex and homes, and whoa! This is like this is a smaller Sasquatch home, but definitely a Sasquatch home. They've probably just gone out to go get more food, because you can see there's one pine cone and some dead pine leaves. So, and then this nesting spot. So, as you can see, I'm standing in the entrance to the nesting spot. It's pretty protective against anything like bears, which live out here. So if a bear wanted to try to attack the Sasquatch, they have a little barricade to defend themselves, and it's just a great home. See, you can see this log is here. It could be a room. They might have a Sasquatch room here, and another here, and another over there. So, I mean, we really don't know, but I definitely know it's a Sasquatch nest.